Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It appears likely that humans will become a multi-planetary species in the coming decades. Although this statement in itself is very controversial as there are many skeptics, if we assume that mankind is able to establish a civilization there, one of the main things that needs to be done is to establish a currency so that the residents of Mars can store value and exchange it for resources. If we assume that there are no new radical financial technology between now and when we become an interplanetary species, one of the best solutions we will have to this issue is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is creating waves right now, and many already see its inevitable place in the future. I personally believe that Bitcoin in its current form would be an excellent store of value on both Earth and Mars because of its similarity to gold. But ever since the 2021 Taproot upgrade, which was unanimously agreed upon, we have to question everything we know about Bitcoin. Many thought it would be impossible to make any significant changes to Bitcoin's infrastructure because it would require many parties to come together to upgrade the main blockchain. However, the fact that the Bitcoin community was able to come to a common consensus with this Taproot upgrade, unlike its 2017 counterpart, indicates that even cornerstones of the core Bitcoin tenets like the 21 million limit is up in the air. Considering this, we have to assume that Bitcoin will still be relatively similar to its current state in 2021. So the key question we have to consider is, will Bitcoin be usable for people on a Mars colony? Obviously, the first thing is, we have to assume that human civilization has reached a state whereby they have established stable networks on Mars. Perhaps something similar to the mobile data system we have now on Earth. Obviously, if we have this and we have some form of computing power on Mars, a blockchain should be feasible. However, how do we connect this to the Bitcoin network on Earth? Mars is currently about 378.78 million kilometers away from Earth, and the closest it's ever been to Earth is 54.6 million kilometers away. And it's only come this close about every 26 months. Because of this, and because we are limited by the fact that electromagnetic waves can only travel at 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second, there are several challenges to tackle. Apart from the long distances between the planets, we also have to account for the motion of the planets. Hence, communication is no longer opportunistic, but rather needs to be scheduled based on an estimation of the planet's trajectory. Although it only takes about 5 to 20 minutes for a radio signal to travel the distance between Mars and Earth, depending on the planetary positions, the current satellite infrastructure only has low embeddable payloads, which essentially means that only small amounts of data can be transferred at any given time. If we include the residents of Mars into what will only be a larger blockchain of Bitcoin on Earth in the future, the hashing power will be distributed. The planet with the most hash rate would define the blockchain. By this time, the Lightning Network would also be far more developed, and Bitcoin might be more prominently used as a medium of exchange on Earth. Bitcoin already suffers from certain disadvantages because of its 10-minute block interval. If we account for the latency caused by interplanetary communication and knowing that Bitcoin generates a block each 10 minutes, the blockchain on Mars will be lagging by about 1 to 3 blocks, which may dwindle its role as an effective medium of exchange. The security of the blockchain network would also be potentially compromised. It would lead to many forks on the blockchain and make mining on Mars incredibly difficult. Essentially, the latency and synchronization issues will render the blockchain on Mars unusable. What makes more sense is for every planetary body to have its own primary cryptocurrencies for everyday use. Bitcoin Mars or Bitcoin Red is a suitable name. You could still send this currency across to Earth-based or other colony-based blockchains occasionally. This would essentially make it similar to a foreign exchange, except the word foreign is taken to a whole new level. However, establishing a foreign exchange which holds cryptocurrencies brings back a certain degree of centralization, defeating the very purpose of cryptocurrencies. So how do we solve this? Atomic swaps was a new piece of technology which rose to prominence in about 2017. It's a smart contract which enables the exchange of one cryptocurrency for another without using centralized intermediaries, such as exchanges. It even works with two different cryptocurrency blockchains. Creating an interplanetary atomic swap would be the solution to all our problems. Obviously, banks would also open up branches in Mars as centralized finance will exist in some shape or form. However, they are also limited by the speed of light, and the additional bureaucracies will only further slow the transactions. Sending a rocket full of cash may also not be the best option. A new Martian economy actually be the nail in the coffin for centralized finance. All in all, Bitcoin would definitely work on Mars and other planets. We just have to have faith in Elon Musk to make us an interplanetary species first. However, we probably should do this on the moon first before we get too ahead of ourselves. Most great things in the world started from mere hypothesis, and hence this may not be too far off the realm of possibility. Thanks for watching, and check out the other videos I've made on cryptocurrencies.